top 10 competitive first generation Pokemon. So we're gonna do both of our opinions like combined. We made a collaborative list. So for number 10 we put Starmie. Starmie's good for rapid spinning, of course, everyone knows that.
It doesn't get kills.
Yeah, it doesn't get kills very easily, but sometimes it threatens a lot of Pokemon just because it's so fast, and it can use Ice Beam. Because there's not a whole lot of fast, like, generally that's a good strategy. Fast Ice Beam. Like,
yeah, kill dragons, kill Garchomp, gives you outspeed. If it's not Choice Scarf, kill Salamence, Landers.
Yeah.
Well, versions of Landers, even though one got banned. You could outspeed Thunders, Rain, go for Ice Beam, but it probably won't kill because you're Starmie.
Yeah, probably not, but...
You get Rain Boosted Hydro Pump.
I could actually see it killing.
I mean, a Rain Boosted Hydro Pump might kill more, actually.
So Starmie is good because it's fast enough to outspeed almost everything in the tier with 115 base speed. There's only like 2 Pokemon I think that outspeed it, being Alakazam and Jolteon.
You mean, don't you get to outspeed Gengar? Isn't Gengar 110?
Yeah, Gengar is 110, as is like Latios and Latias, but you're not going to be able to one-shot them because they've got good special defense. So if it can't get one-shots, it can at least clean up sometimes, especially like if entry hazards are up.
And then like a popular strategy is rapid spinning so Dragonite can come in and win the game. That's the last Pokemon.
Yeah. So that's why it's number 10 on our list. Number 9, Gyarados. Gyarados, he's been good every generation since Generation 1 because he's just amazing. Water Flying is an interesting type. You know, Intimidate, Moxie, there's a bunch of good sets you can run for it. It's a very versatile Pokemon. And sometimes even if you can predict the right set, it's hard to counter just because even with one Dragon Dance, it just becomes a really good Pokemon. So, and it's really hard to one-shot, especially with physical Pokemon. Like a regular physical Pokemon, once it gets intimidated, it usually can't one-shot it. So set up the Dragon Dance and go. And
I mean, there's the subsets too.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the most popular set, and I also think it's the best set. Sub, Dragon Dance, Bounce, Waterfall, Leftovers.
I mean, there's also Sub Taunt and Sub Thunder Wave. There's like a lot of stuff, and then there's, I mean, like getting the Paralyze off helps because if you're in rain, you get rain boosted Waterfalls, and you have to be mini Jirachi with Waterfalls.
I think usually they either run Sub or Taunt, not both, because Substitute kind of does what Taunt does in a way. But they're definitely both good moves, and yeah, so that's why it's number 9 on our list. Number 8, we've got Cloister. It got Shell Smash, so that pretty much makes it good. It was actually decent before that. Skill Link.
Oh, it still had Skill Link?
I don't know if it did. We could check that. But, so Cloister, great defense, great physical defense. So, it can wall things surprisingly much, like, if you actually want to, and then just, like, you know, Shell Smash. And sometimes even with a Shell Smash, it can have trouble killing certain Pokemon. So it's not like perfect, but some people's teams will just get decimated by it. So
actually, how good is a Cloister if it gets like Baton Pass, Shell Smash to it? Like with the defense it has. Does that ever happen? Or no?
I don't understand.
If they like say they have Smeargle, they go for Spore, you know, Shell Smash, Baton Pass like the Cloister. How good would it be then? Like with the defenses?
You mean it's defense drop?
Oh wait, that's right. Baton Pass is the drop too.
Yeah.
I was gonna say maybe the drop got removed.
Usually people use White Herb on it or Focus Sash, and that makes sense. Both of them make sense. It depends on when you're bringing it out in the game. If you're bringing it out first, then you're probably gonna want Focus Sash. But otherwise, the rocks are gonna be up, so it's like you might as well have White Herb at that point because if you do get the special defense drop, you're gonna have problem with like priority moves like Mach Punch and Bullet Punch.
Well, Bullet Punch not so much because of the what's called water.
It will hit neutral. So it's going to do a good amount of damage, like Choice Bandit. And if your defense is like down a stage or two stages, yeah, you'll get kind of wrecked. But
I mean, Mach Punch that would probably just one shot, despite the defense, how high it is.
Yeah, that's probably one of the main things that keeps Cloister in check is just those priority moves. But there's also things like it can't really do a whole lot to Tentacruel, and since it doesn't have good special defense, yeah, and sometimes it could just get phased out and stuff. So that's why it's number 8 on our list. Number 7, Ninetales. Ninetales is only good for the sun. We really don't need to say anything about it. It's pretty bad. Kinda. Like,
well, I mean, it makes Sun teams Sun teams. Yeah, otherwise you'd have Sunny Day, and that didn't really work out. So
it makes Sun teams Sun teams. It's an interesting Pokemon. There's a lot of different ways to run it, like Substitute, Toxic, and then Roar.
Defensive, and then there's the people who run offensive for some reason.
Yeah, they're just like, oh, no one's ever gonna challenge my Weather War. people like to run Hypnosis like assholes and actually hit. So number 6 is Venusaur. It's kind of clumped together with Ninetales because it wouldn't be a good Pokemon without Ninetales' ability, of course. But doubling your speed, being able to either go for Sleep Powder and 3 attacks, or like Subseed, or just 4 attacks or 2 attacks with Growth.
And then just outspeeding a lot of Pokemon just because of the double speed.
Yeah,
thanks to Sun.
There's pretty much nothing that can outspeed it because its base speed is 80.
Well, maybe another what's it called, Chlorophyll Pokemon, but nobody would run them if they're not going to be on the Sun team anyway.
True. I wonder how like Venusaur Dittos turn out. It's just like whoever gets the speed ties Sleep Powder off or something. That would suck. Anyways, it's definitely a good Pokemon. I think it's the best Sun Pokemon. Like, it's one of the things that makes Sun teams good. Number 5, Alakazam. The Magic Guard ability is really good because it makes a Sash viable at all times. Because generally it's going to get one-shotted no matter what. So you can bring it in at smart times and just like threaten things out because you got, Stab Psychic to threaten fighting Pokemon like Breloom and Conkeldurr. And you can just learn so many different moves like, Shadow Ball, Focus Blast.
I mean, some people used to run the Life Orb set. It still didn't get... Well, it got killed sometimes, I'll give it that.
Yeah, I used to use the Life Orb set too, but I realized the Focus Sash set is better because you're only surviving one hit anyways, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I mean, if you run the Life Orb set, you can run Substitute as well, because you don't need to keep your health at full. So it's a good Pokemon just because it's, like, versatile, and you can just, like, bring it out and clean up, mostly, just, like, get good hits off.
Does it learn Disable?
I don't know.
Could it run, like, Sub-Disable like Gengar and then Psychic Focus Blast?
I think it could. So that's an interesting thought. Number 4, we got Gengar. I think it's, a little bit better than Alakazam, just because it kind of... it doesn't
gets worse speed.
Yeah, it doesn't have as much speed or special attack. But it is a ghost, which is nice, and...
Spin blocks.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it usually dies because it tries to spin block, so... Can't really switch in, otherwise you get one-shotted.
A lot of people like to run Sub-Disable, and some people like Life Orb.
I mean, you get to switch in because it's a ghost on Choice Scarf, Keldeo, Mystic Sword.
Yeah, fighting or normal moves in general.
Actually, is it Mystic or Secret? I keep forgetting which one.
It's Secret.
Secret. You also get to switch in on Terrakion Close Combats, too.
Mm-hmm. So what else?
And Choice Scarf Earthquakes from random Pokemon.
So you have 3 immunities, which is nice. So it's not too hard to bring in, and it does have better defenses than Alakazam. But they're still not noteworthy. So that's pretty much it for Gengar. Number 3, we've got Tentacruel. Tentacruel being the 3rd best Pokemon in first generation, mostly because it can Rapid Spin, and on rain teams it's pretty much best for its ability Rain Dish. You use Black Sludge with it, of course, since it's a poison Pokemon, Toxic Spikes, either Substitute or Protect.
I mean, it was good without Rain, but it got a lot better with it because of Rain Dish.
Mm-hmm.
And then it can viably run Substitute because of Rain Dish and then Black Sludge. Getting back a lot of health, stalling out a lot of Pokemon too, especially if it gets the burn with Scald.
Yeah, that helps it win a lot of matchups, because there's a lot of matchups it couldn't win before, but with Scald it's just like, you can't outstall as much. And with Rain Boosted Scald it does a lot more damage. So it can be pretty good against rain teams as well as on a rain team, and it's one of the more stable Rapid Spinners. So
doesn't really get one-shotted that much?
Yeah, it doesn't really get one-shotted that much. It just has to worry about Earthquake mostly. But
well, Earthquake and Psychic, but there's not too many Pokemon that go around like using Psychic or Psyshock.
Yeah, Psyshock will probably do more. Well,
yeah, Psyshock actually would do.
It depends on its EVs, but naturally its defense is lower than its special defense. So that's why it's number 3 on our list. It's really versatile, you can play it on a lot of teams, and it's a good spinner. And spinners are good, and the fact that it can set up Toxic Spikes as well as eat Toxic Spikes is nice. So number 2 is Dragonite. No surprise, one of the best Pokemon in OU. There's a hell of a lot of different sets, and a lot of them are really good. And
yeah, they're each viable in their own right.
Yeah,
like what they do.
They're each viable in their own right, and people, don't always know which one to expect, because if you see it on rain, you might expect the special attack one, but then they're just running the Dragon Dance set to screw you up. And
yeah, like the mixed sweeper set, like with Hurricane and Thunder and Superpower.
Yeah, it's hard to wall, because you can't wall every set. You have to figure out which set it is first, and then figure out how you're going to deal with it. It does have a times 4 weakness to ice.
And there's the big part of that we didn't talk about yet, multiscale.
Yeah, multiscale.
And what it does for it.
Multiscale is what makes it a good Pokemon for the most part,
Otherwise, it get one-shotted and outsped by a lot of Pokemon.
True, because it only has 80 base speed.
Like it would actually lose to Garchomp and Salamence a lot if it didn't have multi-scale. But the fact that it does stops them from winning that. Like, even if they go for Outrage or Draco Meteor, depending on which one, they're still not going to win. I think it can, like, I'm pretty sure it can survive a Choice Specs Latios Draco Meteor.
Specs?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it can. I did that calc. Like,
with
it
max
survives
defense and
barely.
max HP.
It survives barely. No, I don't even think it needs max defense or HP. You can just, like...
There's no way.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it can.
Specs, Latios.
Yeah, alright, hold on. We can go to this. See? So it survives.
Only with multi-scale, though.
Yeah, because multi-scale. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. With multi-scale, you can survive Choice Specs Latios Draco Meteor. Like,
if you have max special defense, pretty much. Yeah, it's a really good Pokemon overall. You know, versatile stats, huge move pool. It's awesome. So that's why it's number 2 on our list. And number 1, of course, is Mewtwo. There's no controversy. Mewtwo's one of the best Uber Pokemon still. It's been one of the best Pokemon ever since it was released.
I mean, how does it do in Ubers? Because I don't really follow Ubers too much.
It is one of the best. There's not a whole lot of counters to it. Like, Genesect is a good counter. But, like, it's freaking special type being 154. There's not a lot of good switch-ins because it can learn a lot of moves. Like, it gets Psy Strike, its own, like, exclusive move. It has huge speed and just generally...
Like, does it decimate most of Ubers?
Kind of. Like, it pretty much does, but a lot of Ubers Pokemon just decimate each other. There's a lot of just revenge killing going on. Kinda. Like, it's hard to defend against for the most part.